Hello, my name is Amdm DeLa-Cruz-Montgomery, and this is part 2, debate number 3, and I will be the argument judge. We're going to start with Amy's pro argument. She begins her debate with a quote from thebusinessweek.com. Innovation trumps entrepreneurship when it comes to economic growth. And that's from the Entrepreneurship Outperforms Innovation. And again, like I said, businessweek.com. She then goes into detail and defines innovation and entrepreneurship with google.com definitions. She also goes further into the meanings of these words using the businessweek.com article mentioned above, stating that innovation is the manifestation of novel ideas versus entrepreneurship, which is all about value creation. She explains that anyone can have good ideas, but it's the people who believe in the product that make it successful. She uses an example of NASA and Velcro. Basically, Velcro nobody was interested in it. They felt like it was too weak, it was useless, until NASA started using it for fastening pins, food packaging, etc., anything that they didn't want floating away. And then Velcro became very popular. She also used a Ford Motor Company and Michigan Savings Bank example, where she stated that the Michigan Savings Bank did not want to invest in the Ford Motor Company as they felt like it was just a fad. And her point was that the Ford Motor Company is a leading company in car sales even today. She closes her argument by stating that we should allow entrepreneurs to do their thing, essentially, and sort through the many ideas that people come up with to make the right one successful and to believe in it and promote it. And then we have Chris's con argument, where he starts off with innovation equals faster growth. He immediately uses an example of phone sales like the Apple iPhone and the Samsung Galaxy and how they're an innovative product. He then goes into the NBC Motion Gaming Review, Xbox versus Wii versus PS3, in which he makes his point that the most innovative console is always the top seller. He explains how the Wii was the top seller as it was more advanced than the other games, and then when the Xbox and the PS3 became more innovative in their technology, then they became the top sellers. He also uses Fast Company 50 to show leading companies and further goes into that using the example of Obama's online team, the OOO or Triple O, and how they used innovative ideas to get Obama into office by connecting with voters better and faster with the online support. He then uses an example of Magpul as a company that's based on innovation. They are the leading company in their industry, and it is stated on their website that this is due to Chris states that this is due to their strong innovative ideas. He then gives another example, the Glock example, where their guns are made with this type of plastic that nobody else uses, and according to the website is now trusted by 65% of police. And he uses this as an example of an innovative product that people thought would be crazy and ended up being very successful. And he concludes his argument by explaining that innovation gives a company more growth than compared to a company without it. And then we get to their rebuttals. So Amy's pro-rebuttal, she opens by talking about Wayne Huizenga, who is one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our time. She basically goes into detail about all of his accomplishments. So the first one she explains is the trash collection and how people might have thought, well, trash collection is pretty easy, it's done pretty well, But he did create his own company, and it turned into a multi-billion-dollar company called Waste Management, which is pretty popular, or very popular. And then she discusses his next venture, which was the idea to rent movies from malls and standalone stores, things like that, which sounds a little crazy. And then he turned it into another multi-million-dollar venture, which turned into Blockbuster. Not only did he create that, but then he also came up with the idea of an AutoNation and a national chain of used car outlets, which was also very successful. Her point was that not only did he make these successful companies from ideas that people might have thought were a little crazy, but he also created companies that are good to work for, good benefits. He created jobs in the economy, those kinds of things as well. And she closes her argument by making the point that without an entrepreneur, an idea may not be successful. It may just be an idea where people might look at it funny, think that it would never be successful, but you need the entrepreneur behind it to really push that and make that possible. And that is the end of our debate.